I'm running out of steam, Johnny.
Oh man.
We're on a funk train. I'm in my Hugh Hefner outfit tonight for Halloween.
There you go.
Just
looking good.
Lounging around in a robe. Man, it sounds like Quasimodo's in the background too. This is a very Halloweenish episode.
Yeah, there's some scary stuff going on here.
Don't
Just
have
off
children.
camera. Yeah, right.
Don't have children, men. Well, man, we don't have a guest tonight.
No,
so we're
this
just
feels
going to
weird.
talk. And we were talking now. I'm going to sound like an a-hole here. You were like, I don't know what we're going to do if we don't have a guest. I'm like, there's plenty. I can talk to a phone book. I can talk to a damn brick wall for 2 hours. So, but instead of us just sitting here pulling crap out of our ear, like, I like one-on-one basketball. What about you? Instead of talking like that crap, there's actually Atari. I'm just saying, this is the thing that's crazy about Atari right now.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff they're putting out is either good or it's crap, but it just keeps coming out. And it's really just one entity. It's not like Nintendo. You know how everybody's like, hey, Nintendo needs to have more games, and Nintendo releases a game. And I understand these Atari games aren't AAA Legend of Zelda and AAA, but it's like you just made me aware right before we went on the air of a game coming out, and there just seems to be a ton of these things coming out that Atari is releasing for the VCS, and they're releasing 2600 carts left and right. But the rundown for what we can expect, the big announcement was they're releasing Beserk Recharged. And we all know that they bought Beserk from Stern a few months ago. And they're releasing that Beserk Enhanced edition. And I want to talk about how Atari is weird right now.
Right.
So they're releasing a 2600 game in the year 2023 because they know that we're dumbasses and we'll buy the same shit that we have on the shelf.
Right.
But there's a difference. This Beserk Enhanced game is an enhanced version. And from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, you can shoot in 8 directions, which I guess on the 2600, I don't remember. But on the 2600, I guess you can only shoot in 4.
I think it was 4. Yeah, it's been a while since I played that, but yeah.
And I've got Frenzy that Bob DeCrescenzo did over my shoulder here for the 7800, and then it's got Beserk too, but you can shoot in 8 directions on that.
Right, right.
But the really cool thing about this enhanced Beserk edition, that I guess they're kind of launching that with the 2600 plus, is it's got voice. It's got robot voice in it. Did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the big enhancement, right? Mm-hmm. Is the inclusion of voice on there.
And it's only $29.99.
Yeah, for that price, that seems like a really good deal, especially when you consider the other XP line and all that stuff, which those weren't enhanced, right? Those were just $60 for
$60.
Yeah,
for Outlaw.
Yeah.
With a cool new box
label. Yeah.
Yeah. And I got a cowboy, and it's Outlaw, which I thought was rudimentary back in the 80s. Like, this doesn't have a lot of legs to it. And then they just came out today, and they said they're going to release Save Mary.
Yeah, that's interesting, actually, because did you look at that at all for Save Mary?
I just looked at her legs and was like, she looks like a honey.
Yeah, that's a nice label and box. But they say it's compatible, and I thought the big thing with Save Mary was it could not work on the 2600. It had to be ran in 7800 mode. I'm not sure why.
That is interesting. There's a bank switching issue, which is like me and you talking about this, or like we're discussing the effing how to fly space shuttle. Neither one of us know. But there was a bank switching issue with the Save Mary, and that's why it was released as a 7800 game.
Right.
And
But
I've got a copy. Do you have a copy of that?
no, I do not. No, I tried to get one before, and then there were some issues. But this is listed as
You broke as
compatible.
hell is what the issue was.
This is noted as being compatible with the 2600 stock 2600, which I didn't think they could do. Apparently, they fixed it.
I don't know. They
I don't
again,
know
we're
either.
we're talking about shit we don't know. We got a new guy and we got a new listener here that's saying, "What's up, new listener?
Yep,
Hello,
random bits. What's
random
up?
bits." You know, that's what I go for on the first date, brother. Is some random bits. I don't
Right.
care above the blue jeans. Well, anyway, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But the so it's just strange. So Save Mary. By the way, I don't know. You're supposed to be my friend, and I don't know. Sometimes I doubt your loyalty. But on the Atari 7800 Forever website, which is kind of where we met
Right.
in Cyber World, it was like Tron. We were inside the code, walking around, and we're like,
Right.
"Hello."
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Obviously.
I thought you were gay on that in that, and I didn't have a problem with it. I thought, "Oh, there's a gay guy walking around in here."
Yeah.
But it on the website, I've got like the top. Do you remember like in the night? It was the 2000s or something when Save Mary was being released on a cart on the 7800.
Right.
There were
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
these rogue labels that people kept coming up with when putting women
Yep.
in really precarious positions. Well, I've got an article on the website, and I swear too, I did that article looking for a specific one that was very sexual, and because I guess these nerds don't, they don't have the flesh. I don't
Right.
know. I don't know why these guys we all like looking at cartoon women or something.
Right.
But
Well, they had one with a real woman too, right? Or was it
yeah,
all?
that was
There was a
one.
bunch of them.
There was a bunch. It was very strange. There was all these rogue Save Mary artworks, and the Atari 2600, the official one that was going to be released, looked terrible. It was the worst one, which is
Oh, was that
strange.
the one with the lady reaching out?
Yeah,
Was that the official one?
the cartoon, and she looked like a Recessa Annie doll. I mean,
Right. Yeah.
or like a sex doll or something. And it looked like a cartoon. It looked like something some kid did in middle school art or something
Right.
like that. But the new art for the new Save Mary, it looks pretty good. I don't know what it comes with except new art, and you actually have it on a cart. I wonder if that's the first
That
2600 cart that it's on, eh?
yeah, I believe so. That's what threw me off was it said compatible with 2600, 2600 plus, and 7800. So
Oh,
I
you can
guess
play it on the 2600.
right, yeah. So I think they're saying they found a way to get it to run on the 2600, which I don't know how they went about doing that, or maybe they're misinformed. Maybe they they
Well,
don't know what they got.
that's dangerous
Um,
too. But
but they're selling it. I paid for mine obviously because I'm a sucker. But
you
you get
damn whore.
you get the box, the manual, and the game, and that's it for $60. But it could be if it works on the 2600, it could be a worthwhile investment. I
It's
think.
just interesting. So they did something. And so that's what we're talking about. I know this is a 7800 podcast, but it's hard not to talk about Atari because they're doing a lot of things right now, and it's like
Right.
you can't. They had a camp. Um, they had a camp Atari
Yep.
promotion for like 3 weeks. They barely talked about it, and it's gone already. And it was
Oh
like
yeah.
it was like a clothing line that looked like tank tops. Yeah, the 2600 does. Billy put his comment up there.
Yep.
Billy, yeah, we know that the 2600 plays 7800 carts.
Oh yeah.
Some of
Absolutely.
them, we don't know which home
Well,
brews, but what we're talking about with Save Mary is Save Mary was in a 2600 game that was going to be released, and they had to release it later as a found prototype or a homebrew
yeah. It was
as
released.
on the 7800 because there was a bank switching error.
Yep.
So the first thing I was thinking of was like this thing can play on the 2600 plus because it's a 7800 game.
7800. Yeah.
But Silverback here is saying that it's that it says, at least in the documentation, that it can play on the 2600. Now, they might have fixed it, but we also know Atari makes some mistakes, and these,
Right.
Us geeks that pay attention to this shit are like, going through this stuff with a fine-tooth comb, and we're not necessarily letting them off the hook. Because I remember when they announced Lunar Lander Recharged or Lunar Lander Beyond,
Right.
there was advertisements that it says it's going to be on the Atari VCS, and now those aren't around. So now it's like, is it or isn't it? So Atari sometimes talks big noise. It's kind of like the big thug on the corner. He's talking a bunch of big noise, and he shuts up when Nintendo comes around the corner, and he goes back inside the house. But well, that's exciting. So what have we missed? So they've got Beserk. Oh,
They got
the cartridge Beserk, which we think is a great deal for $30.
Yep.
And then Outlaw and Save Mary is kind of questionable.
Well, and the pricing throws me off here because you have Outlaw for I'm looking at the website now for what, $60. Berserk Enhanced for $29.99. Mr. Run and Jump. I mean, what makes Outlaw worth twice as much as those two games?
Who knows? It's just guys. It's kind of like this guy here, Billy Sherman's kind of like it's available in ROM, fellas. Well, we are a level of dork that will spend. Don't listen to that guy. I know him. He's an asshole. He's from Detroit. He's up there near you.
Oh, well, that explains it.
Okay. Yeah, he's up there every day. He's out there fighting the cockroaches with a broomstick. But so John and I think John spends a little bit more green than I do. Actually, I don't know. I'm gonna have to get on his will or something. But he spends a little bit more scratch than I do. But I buy stuff that I think is going to be that is unique. I don't buy everything Atari puts out.
Right. I don't either typically, but yeah.
So you're not going to pull. You're not going to pull the trigger on Outlaw, I guess, right?
No, I won't get Outlaw. I probably won't get Berserk. Really, 2600 stuff I don't get that much of.
Right. We're 7800 guys.
Right, but I do get some of it. I mean, like you said, the XP line, I would have loved to have gotten those if they were reasonably priced.
This guy was online the other day talking to me about something, and he took a picture of something he was working on, and it just in the background was the entire line of those carts, all 1 through 10 that lined up. It said Atari 50 if you line them right.
Right.
And I was like, oh, you just kind of coyly put that out in the ether, you little sly bastard. I saw what you did there.
Oh wow, Outlaw is sold out actually.
Well, there's enough of these. There's enough of us, right? I mean, Atari is still a thing because there's enough of us old stupid bastards that are keeping it around. And I don't. That's the thing that is impressive about them too, is because some of this stuff they're putting out is really good. Like, have you played Mr. Run and Jump yet? I
have not played either version.
Yeah,
because there isn't an enhanced, like newer version, and then the 2600 version, right?
Well, the 2600 version looks like butthole
a little bit.
It's just rudimentary as hell. And the new one, the other one is on all the platforms, and I'm not good at platform games. All the carts on the site are sold out. Oh my god! So I'm not going to be able to get the Beserk.
Yeah, 2600. He's got to be right. Let me check. I'm on the website right now.
Now you're making my heart palpitate. I was wanting to get that Beserk, and I was thinking about getting the paddle game since that just had a unique.
Well, you almost need that to play. Well, if you already have paddle, you can add the paddle games to the cart, so you could still get that.
Well, I mean, if he's saying okay, but
the games you have to buy them with the paddle, basically.
But here's the other thing that's interesting. So they're releasing this Beserk Plus gimmick, right? And it's an enhanced 2600K cart with built-in robotic voice that comes out of it, like futuristic high five and jive. And then they just came out the other day, and they're releasing Beserk Recharge. Now, what do you think of that?
Yeah, that looks interesting. I just seen that pop up on the website here as I'm looking around.
You've not seen it yet?
No, I just seen it as I started looking at the Atari.com website.
You need to do your damn homework for the podcast.
Nope. But it looks. I mean, it looks like Berserk. I wonder what changes they made. Do you know
Well,
if
if you
any?
look at it, well, are you looking at the recharge thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
recharged. I mean, it's obviously
Okay.
newer graphics and
Okay.
stuff, but
So
it
you are.
looks like it plays just like Berserk.
Well, if you look at it, you're wrong.
All right, let me.
But it it changed. Now, this is what I'm worried about. I'm actually worried about this one. I
Okay,
think Lunar Lander looks great. I think Haunted House, which is coming out, looks
that
good.
looks good. Yeah.
Yeah, and so, but Berserk worries me
Okay.
because I don't like the graphics. Look a little too simplistic and clean.
They
There's
do.
something ominous about Berserk, right? It's just crisp, clear robots and darkness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They screwed
Yeah.
up with
Yeah.
Frenzy. I don't know why they put the pink. That's the last color they should have put on Frenzy.
Eh.
But the original Berserk with the blue. So this kind of looks polished, but if you watch the gameplay, it has to be. Hey, Bob's here! Oh
Bobby
my
D.
God,
Hey, we got a
the
celebrity.
Pac-Man Plus. Hey, we got Frenzy over our shoulder. They're stepping on your gimmick, Bob,
Yeah. Right.
about Atari releasing Berserk. But the thing, if you watch the trailer, Johnny Mac, you can tell it's a dual stick game because you're running in one direction and you're shooting in the other. So it's not Berserk. They've combined Robotron
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, it's a bullet hell game, as the kids call it. It's not
Oh,
just a
wow.
little maze directional shooter.
It's a twin stick.
It's a twin stick with you're dodging all sorts of bullets and stuff. So they
Huh.
have fundamentally changed Berserk, and
Wow.
so I wonder if that's going to be
Yeah, I don't
popular
know. I don't know how I feel about that.
because on these recharge games, Asteroids is Asteroid, Centipede is pretty much Centipede, Breakout is pretty much
Breakout is
Breakout.
breakout. Yep.
They did change Gravitar, but Gravitar sucked, and they made Gravitar 10 times
Yeah,
better.
but they didn't change. Well, I guess they did change it quite a
It's a
bit.
lot easier.
Yeah.
You can actually have fun playing it and not just breaking throwing something against the wall and cussing at your wife because you hate yourself.
Right.
I think Gravitar Recharge is by far the best recharge game, and there's quite a few good ones.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, they fundamentally screwed with Berserk, man, and I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know how I feel about that. That I
Now,
didn't realize that until you said that, but he's shooting in one direction and
yeah,
running in another.
it may be a blast, but it's not Berserk. And
Uh,
so the other thing is too that classic controller. I bet you can spin it and drive them like that too, like Akari Warriors.
Oh, I don't know.
That would be
Yeah.
interesting, right?
Yeah, it could be. They tried to do something like that with Yars
Yep,
Recharged.
that's how I
And
play it.
you can play it like that?
Yeah,
I cannot play it like that. I feel like if you use the two stick method, it's way better than using the spinner. As
I might
far
have to. Yeah, I'm not doing so hot on it, so I may try the twin stick. But I like it because I use the grappling mode in Yar's Revenge. I don't have it where he can shoot.
right,
I
right,
have it where he has to eat, up close. So I
right.
dig that. So
Sorry, I'm fighting a big dog here.
I didn't know what you're doing. I was like,
Oh my
I
god,
hope I know this podcast is awesome, but I didn't know it was that awesome. I didn't know what
this
you were doing.
dog is all over me right now.
Hey, yeah, peanut butter in your shorts.
No, not this time.
All right, so random
Uh,
bits said I see R and J. Why am I'm missing what that is? What am I saying there? R and J and Berserk are still available on the Atari website.
who said that? My
Well,
chat must not be updating.
no, this is back about
Oh,
6 minutes ago.
okay.
But what is R and J? Why am I forgetting, or why am I being ignorant right now?
Let me see.
R and J. What is that? It's a game.
Oh, Mr. Run and Jump.
Run and jump. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Good job.
All right. So it's just Outlaw that's sold out then.
Well, here's the other thing. I can't believe Bob is in the chat. That's pretty awesome. But because he's like 7,800 royalty to us.
Yeah.
But yeah, gotcha. Okay. Everybody knows I'm an idiot now. Everybody's helping out. But I wonder, with what's happening with the 7800 games, and they already got Bob
Mm-hmm.
in the gimmick
Yep.
with failsafe on the VCS. I wonder if Atari's smart enough to put Frenzy
Oh,
on the VCS store in concert with Beserk and Beserk Plus.
well, you would think so. I mean, I don't want to say it's the whole point, but that was I think a big reason to do some of the things they've been doing recently in acquiring Atari Age and stuff is to put these games on cartridge and have the possibility to do that. Correct?
Oh shit! Did you just see what Bob said?
This.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Wow! I can't believe that.
if you listen to the announcement from um, Albert back when he was announcing they bought the site, I guess they didn't talk to him for quite a while, and then all of a sudden it moved quickly. So, maybe something similar will happen there where,
Dude, yeah, I got to tell you, when I first started talking to Atari, I sent some pictures of my lower extremities.
right.
And they were very appreciative of that night, and they have never, ever, that was 4 or 5 months ago.
And they never called you back?
They've never messaged me, but they just used me like a damn handkerchief.
Oh, wow.
Shot their wad and threw me out the window
Allegedly.
of the bus. Yeah. So, so that's amazing, man. Bob's got a few things: Crazy Bricks and Super Circus Atari.
Super Circus Atari. You think they would want that? Crazy Bricks. You really think they would want Bentley Bear's Crystal Quest? Because I mean, that game is still. Whenever I talk to people about homebrew, they're like, "Have you seen that one?" Like, no, I missed that one. No.
Oh, that one. The Egg Beater missed that one.
Yeah, but no, that everybody loves that game. That's what when it comes to 7800 stuff. That's what they've wanted for years. So you think they would be trying to get all that stuff?
But who knows? Maybe they're smarter than we are.
I'm sure they have plans. I'm sure.
Yeah, they may. They got to space this stuff out. But I mean, like even today, there's a new game we haven't even talked about. So I saw Neo Sprint on my Facebook feed.
Oh,
and I said, gee whiz, that looks like one of those really crappy Nintendo Switch things. It looks like just a really $2 game. And then you said it's a retake, not necessarily a recharged, but this is their Sprint series they're updating.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my God, they're updating their damn Sprint series.
Yep.
So that's pretty amazing.
I didn't make the connection until I was looking at it and I thought, why would I buy this? And then I seen it was an overhead racer and I said, oh, I love those games. I love Sprint Master on the 2600. And then it clicked. I think it's supposed to be a remake of the old Sprint 8, Sprint 10. If anybody's familiar with those, I mean, I guess those are really old now, but
have we figured out that can we play games together over the internet through the VCS?
I don't think you can, as far as I can tell.
I fear that it would set the machine on fire.
Right.
It's having a hard time processing zip codes at this point.
Well, actually, that's been fixed. I got an email from Atari regarding that. They claim that the zip code issue is completely taken care of.
That's good news, but it took what, John? 5 months? Yeah.
It took way too long.
I can't, when they get into serial numbers and social security numbers or something, then they're going to have a hard time because the zip code's only 5 digits.
Yeah. Oh, wait, you can play games online.
Which ones?
Obsidian Contraption says you can play Utopos and a few others.
Who the hell would want to play that? That sounds like something that would form on the end of your penis.
Well,
what is Utopus?
That's I know that's one of the indie titles on here. I actually
does your dog like it?
Well, he's telling me about it right now.
Oh,
so if you'd let him talk.
I mean, sometimes the dogs are the sometimes a dog would be the only thing that would download some of those games.
But yeah, that's I know that's one of the, because you have the Atari games and then you have some of the indie games on here. So if you would think if you could play that one, you should be able to play some of these others. Because I'd love to play, the Gravatar or any of these online.
So multiplayer, is there a multiplayer Gravatar? I've played Gravatar a lot, and there is multiplayer Gravatar, right?
Might be. I know there's multiplayer Yars and asteroids and stuff. So
are you still coming over?
Eventually we got to do some stuff. We got to do 2-player Ricky and Vicky.
That's what I'm saying. You got to come. You said you're coming down to Florida.
Oh yeah. This month I should be coming down sometime.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll have some content there. Actually, this Utopos game looks kind of neat. Now that I'm looking at it.
Is there any way to show it so our people can look at it? Or?
Yeah, I'll work on that, and why don't you keep them entertained?
You're in Florida. I am in Tennessee. John is going to Florida. John's from Toledo. He's never left Toledo. I'm from Baltimore originally. Yeah, man. Yep. I got to tell you, the other thing about I was going to do a video about failsafe on the VCS. They're talking about failsafe in the chat, and
right.
There's dip switches. So if you do horse around that game, I was worried about because Bob loves giving the option of playing games with 3 lives when I'm like, give me more lives. So you can actually use the dip switches to cheat and get 5 lives on the VCS version. Because I was wondering, I was like, how, the 7800, how are we going to do the difficulty switches? Because that does change some of the games.
Right.
And, failsafe, I gave failsafe a 3.5 on Atari 7800 Forever, which is a good score. It's probably my favorite 3.5 game, or one of them. I mean, it's almost a 4. It just feel like it's a little slow, but it's a great freaking game. It's one of my favorite games, actually.
Right.
Okay, well, what do we got here?
So this is the game that's multiplayer, I guess. This is the gameplay trailer. Which, for a VCS game, I don't like that shield right over your screen, though. Every time it gets hit, that pops up, I guess.
That may just be for the gameplay, too. Well, that looks crazy. So, I mean, is this
it looks like combat, don't it? Are you shooting against each other?
Well, it looks kind of like a dual stick. I like the graphics. It looks like you're on a medieval roulette wheel.
Yeah, it looks pretty neat. So that apparently you can play that 2-player on the VCS. So
okay, so this is a small arena. I thought this was like an adventure, like Diablo.
That's what it looked like. Like Diablo to me. So that's why I was getting excited. Like, oh, we could do.
We could sit there all night and call in the sick to work the next day.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so it's just like that looks pretty good, but that's just like a little. It is like combat, but 3-dimensional. Yeah. Cool. I'm proud of you with how good you've gotten with the computer, by the way.
Yeah, look at that. It only took me, what?
No, it's still good. It's still good. They didn't even know. I was sitting there talking about failsafe. The whole time we had that. 4 players can play it. Oh, you know what that means, man? Warlords. They got to have Warlord. Dude, Warlords 4-player online would be the bomb.com, especially if they added a little bit of funk to it.
With the classic controller, too, with the spinner. I think that would work good.
Oh, that would be great. Robert De Crescenzo, Pac-Man Plus is going to be in free play in Florida. And
when is that?
I don't know. Yeah, but Warlords would be the shit.
Yeah, that would be great. I think we have a hard stop time. Is that correct? You have something going on at 8:30? Because there is something I did want to talk about with you.
Oh no! What did I do?
We have to break up. No, I wanted. So, are you getting the 2600 plus? I guess I haven't even asked you that yet.
Right now, no.
No.
I was going to let you get it and then let you talk about it because we're good friends and we contribute to Atari 7800 Forever. But we do have competing YouTube channels, and you're kicking my ass currently.
Competing,
and it's so funny. 3 months ago, you're like, I don't know if I can do a channel. And then you're like 2 weeks ago, you're just like, leave me alone, kid. I'm monetizing.
Oh, bulk.
But which is fine. I just released a Quantum Recharge review that's got a strong 48 hits, y'all.
There you go. There's more than that.
I don't think so.
You're up.
And I love the thumbnail, dude. I was wearing all my daughter's pink shit because a girl made that game. Nobody cared. Nobody wants to see an old man wearing girl clothes.
Well,
except for you, John. You get drunk on the weekends. But anyway,
okay.
I was gonna let you handle that because I was wanting to kind of focus my channel on the 7,800 games coming out in the VCS.
Well, I think that would be a big thing for us to get would be the 2600 plus because of the 7800 compatibility. And I'm not 100% sure because I've heard some things about it as far as 2600 compatibility goes, and it got me a little bit worried, honestly.
Well, you just said something there. Hold on a second. Can you play online with these games or no? I guess not, right? Because this is not.
No.
Okay, yeah.
No.
Okay, so what are you worried about?
Let me see if I can bring this compatibility list up here. So there was somebody else, another YouTuber I was looking at, who was reading the compatibility list, and he deciphered or claims that it's essentially going to have the same compatibility as the Retron 77.
I'm ignorant of that, so tell me what that means.
That was what was that? Retrobit, I think, puts those out.
Yeah.
That was their aftermarket 2600 console.
Right.
And I guess the compatibility with that was not great, but I'm only going off of hearsay. If anybody in the comments has experience with it, they can let us know. I guess it was compatible with most games, but the issue was a lot of the games you would really want to play didn't work. So things like Solaris, stuff like that, I guess there was issues with. Anything that used bank switching, there was issues with. So
Save Mary.
Save Mary. There you go. I doubt that one would work on the Retron.
So we don't know if this guy could be a lunatic, though, right?
He's pretty been pretty reliable in my history. Watching his stuff, and so the compatibility list for 2600 stuff, the ones they're saying outright don't work is Real Sports Boxing, which is kind of big deal. Nobody cares. Super Cobra is listed as not working, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then they have a lot of them as untested. And he pointed out the ones that are untested are ones that they should have access to, but for some reason they either haven't tested or they just don't want to tell you whether or not it works. So things.
Well, we're getting a lot of information in this chat. If you want to.
Okay, let me pull back over to our.
Yeah, if you want to start going through it.
Yeah, I'm looking at. Let me see if I can share the compatibility list here.
Somebody said, yeah, there is a published compatibility list. So you don't even have to go off this secondhand information.
No, yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now is the.
And then Bob De Crescenzo, our hero, said they have tested a lot of games since that list was published.
Have they? Have they been confirmed to work? So,
or not?
Or not? Yeah. Custer's Revenge does work.
So what are we looking at? What do these letters mean?
So the U is untested. The P means that it's passed. Yep, okay. Passed the test, and F is an outright fail. And so, like Tron,
pretty good, right?
Deadly Discs, Montezuma's Revenge was untested. Mr. Dew's Castle, Pinball, Pitfall 2. Then again, yeah, you might be right because I think he said
pretty good.
He said
where are the fails on here?
He said Pitfall didn't work on the Retron. I guess that works here. So maybe the guy I'm going off of is kind of a nut.
So yeah, it's like a QAnon rogue Atari guy.
Yeah,
he's saying Joe Biden will be shot in the head by the guy from Outlaw or something. He's Raimi here says the only difference I see between a 2600 Plus and a Game Station Pro is the fact that the 2600 Plus plays cards.
Yeah, Game Station Pro is something different, right? That's their the product. Yeah, that's the product with the what is it, like 100 built-in Atari games or something like that?
Yeah. Well, like I said, you know, the flaw there, me and John have many flaws. One is we're not
not tech
we need a
guys.
hot chick in a spaghetti strap top who's just an expert in programming, because John and I just play the games.
Yeah, and it looks like the 7800 stuff looks fine. They just haven't tested the Froggo stuff and the Activision.
Who gives a shit about that? Congratulations, by the way. Let's talk about 7800 for a second. John Silverback stole the second, beat Waterski this week for his channel.
Oh, yeah.
That is pretty. He's talking about the Froggo games, for which to me, I'd rather put peanut butter on my nuts and sit down on an anthill.
Oh, that's a great game.
What? Putting peanut butter on your nuts? Or?
No, water ski's a great game. You don't know what you're talking about.
It's not great.
There's a thread on Atari Age about that. Okay. So for anybody that wants the updated compatibility list.
Well, then what? They don't need us. There's already forums that do our job for us.
Right. Yeah, we don't.
It's like old school. It's like old school AI.
But yeah, water ski. I wanted to beat that live on stream, and I got really close. Here's a dog. I got really close, and then I did it like right after I logged off the stream, which I felt kind of bad because I told everybody good night, I'm getting off for the night, and I said, oh, I'll try one more time, and I beat it 5 minutes after the stream, and that
how many people were watching you?
The streams have been doing okay. I get about a dozen people or so.
Okay, so it's more like there's more people watching you than the Toledo Rockets play football.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I mean, unless they're doing good. But yeah, we had a good time. I was able to beat that. I beat Scrapyard Dog on
that's impressive,
on a stream, which I was not expecting to do. And what else did we beat? Oh, Midnight Mutants the other night, which if you haven't seen that, I bought a $9.99 vampire costume, and I dressed up for it and everything. So
now you're still in my gimmick. There's a guy that did the double fists. I'm getting pissed, so I'm going to have to call my lawyer. There was a guy that did the double fist the other day on a thumbnail. This thing, I'm the only guy in Atari that ever did anything like. I'm a pro wrestler. It's just stupid shit. I can't even throw a punch. I'd break my wrist. But now I do costumes. Now you're doing costumes, huh?
No, just for Halloween.
Oh.
I wanted to do a big Halloween video, and I bought a costume, and I thought I was going to do all these effects, and yeah, I'm not doing that now. So I had to get some use out of that costume,
I got you. Well, man, it sucks when you get older. What happens to Halloween? You're just like, I think I'd rather just sit down instead of going outside and stapling bats to the gutters.
Well, staying home and playing Midnight Mutants is always fun. So
I need to get that out this year. I haven't played Midnight Mutants in a long time. It's time to. Yeah, I love that game, but
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Oh my god! Now I have 2 dogs on me.
Yeah. Hey, do you know that I used to play semi-professional basketball?
You did.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'10". I was a center. I was in a wacky league. I played for
really.
And I have a record, and I'm the only person to have this record in the game of professional basketball.
Okay.
I'm the only guy ever to be attacked twice in the same game by a pack of wild animals. No Larry Bird, Michael Jordan.
Do you have this on video or?
No, man, this was before video. I've got my card around here somewhere, my rookie card, but it's the we were in Mississippi. There was no air conditioning. They left the garage doors open. Won a big crowd that day in Mississippi, and 2 packs of dogs came in because I had some sausages, like these sausage balls in my shorts.
Do you
that I
have
would
the
eat as the game was going on for protein, and the
Do you have
dog
the
was just
card? Did you just grab the card or what?
I played for the Lackawanna Funk.
There you go.
Yep.
Seems appropriate.
Yes. That was a great time. But yeah.
But okay, so we have a. Do you think they'll fix compatibility? I don't think they're going to need to fix it. It sounds like they got compatibility pretty much where they want it. I guess the big question mark for 2600 plus compatibility is going to be homebrew stuff. That
Especially 7800.
right. But Robert said that they were testing on Atari Age. Have they been testing homebrew? Because I know Albert has a 2600 plus already, so I imagine he's testing all the Atari Age homebrew.
Why are you not pluralizing that word?
What word?
Homebrews.
Homebrews. What did I say?
You're saying homebrew.
Well, there's only one, and that's from Robert De Crescenzo. So there's fail-safe and nothing else.
There's well, now on the VCS, I guess you're right about that.
Right.
The testing homebrew. It's not a beer. It's not. We're not talking about glasses of beer.
That's craft brew, right? Or no, that's a hobby.
So I don't know what else to talk about tonight, but I have beat the shit out of Days of Doom, which
yeah, you did.
You can beat it several times, and when you beat it, you get to unlock more stuff and keep going with it. And I got really in a mood to play it. Like I was listening to some podcasts, so it's kind of these turn-based strategy games are fun. Just kind of sit back, and you don't have to have you can put the controller down. So if you guys are Atari VCS people and you're looking for a game, it's pretty good. I got a review on mine on the Big and Funky Productions.
Yeah, that's the review I'm thinking of. That one is what, 300 hits or something?
Two?
Yeah.
208.
You always add, whatever the real
right.
measurement is, you add an inch or two.
Yeah.
Or 100 views or two.
I saw what you did there. Yeah, that's that was doing pretty good. The quantum recharge nobody cares about. I don't think anybody really, when they announced game, I don't think anybody was like, "Oh boy, a quantum."
Yeah,
it's not bad though. It's a fine game.
Yeah, there's probably a few of those recharge games that a lot of people weren't excited for. Black Widow, I didn't hear any hype for that.
I've never understood why people don't like Black Widow. I think it's a good game.
Yeah.
Did you buy it?
No.
See? You say with your mouth, and then with your wallet, you telling me another story. Can I tell you something?
What's that?
I bought it.
Okay.
There was a bunch of games that Nintendo put on sale in their store for like $4.99.
Okay.
I bought it.
So you got it on the Switch.
Yeah. And I haven't played it. I played it for about 30 seconds, and I wanted to play something else. And I was really excited. I was really excited about playing. I bought Breakout, and then it sucked on the Switch, and I bought Breakout Recharged on the VCS, and it's fantastic. So.
Oh, really? You like it better on the?
Yeah, because you get to use a pedal controller.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I guess anything like that is better. Well, that's interesting. See, like a lot of the recharge games, I want to get. I want to get all of them, and then I see something else, and I get distracted, and I buy that instead. I just bought Tempest 4000.
Well, how's that? Of course,
it's really good so far. I've only put in about an hour or so.
Oh well, that's pretty good.
If you like Tempest 2000 or even the original, it really feels and it sounds a lot like Tempest 2000. It's almost like they took the music out of that game and just kind of layered it over.
Now, I think it's like John Hancock, somebody that is kind of like a schlub, but everybody knows him and he's a nice guy. I can't remember who it is.
Oh, he's huge on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's just a guy in his basement, with no pants on, just like the rest of us.
Right.
He just has more viewers than we do. No, but he's been doing it a long time, and he seems like a very nice man and a hell of a beard.
Yeah.
A nice beard.
Excellent beard.
But I think he said, if I'm not mistaken, he did not like Tempest 4000. I was going to
Oh, he
see.
didn't like it?
I don't know. I just said, John, I
I
don't
want.
know if it was him, but it was somebody like him.
I wonder what he has it on. He has a VC. He has everything. He has to have a VCS too. But I don't know with the paddle control. It feels really good to me. So I don't. I'm curious why he didn't like it,
He
or
might have
why.
played it. He might have played it on the Switch or an Xbox or something. So
Yeah, that's true.
use the classic spinny gimmick.
Oh yeah, and any chance I get, I try to use that.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
do
said,
too.
I used it on Yaris Recharge, but it felt so slow.
So you're saying dual stick is the way to go on that one.
Yeah, when you get a minute, try the dual stick, and you probably won't go back. Which I hate to say that, but it's so much better.
Well, I don't want to tell tales out of school, but on my Quantum Recharge review, it sucks on the VCS. You should play it on the Switch.
Oh, really?
And that's the first Recharge game I've said that about, because I think most of the Recharge games are better on the Atari than the
Right.
Nintendo
Wow, that's
or
in. Yeah,
Xbox.
I'll have to watch that review then. I want to find out why. You
I
should have
say
led.
some
You should have led with that.
I say some misogynistic. Oh, so you cut it off. You heard my misogynistic stuff, and then I apologize for it profusely. I get hit in the head with a woman with a frying pan. So I get my comeuppance.
You know.
But
uh,
well,
yep.
this worked well, right? No guests tonight.
Yeah. No. Get. Here's the thing. We probably shouldn't even advertise topics. We should just talk about whatever on this podcast. And
Did we not say what we were going to talk about?
no, we did. Well, yeah, we did.
The way
Well,
the reason you do it is so you can, in the future, if people are looking for this, they
oh
can
yeah,
do
you say this episode we talk about
right.
yeah.
Because like
Yeah, see,
if we said something really smart or stupid, or somebody wants to sue us, it's
see,
easier.
I might be monetized, but you got stuff you can teach me still. So
I'm a genius with this shit. I just can't. I'm just unlikable. Nobody loves me.
oh, everybody likes you. But yeah, I think this went pretty good. I again, I yeah.
All right, you're the monetized one. Nail it home there, pal.
That's why I'm monetized, right?
Yeah, the stammering and the drool, the little bit of drool,
and the little bit of drool.
All right, I'm gonna take over for a sec, being a shilling asshole, and then you close the show, and then I got to go beat somebody up for some money. So tomorrow night, Knoxville, Tennessee, Alice Bell Park, Funkmaster V. There's nobody going to watch this. It's going to come to this, but I am wrestling, and the show starts at 6:00. I'm going to pick somebody out of the audience. I'm going to beat the hell out of them, and I'm going to put them in the figure 4, and I'm going to use the power of funk to save the soul. Yeah?
That you're going to beat somebody up in the audience.
I'm going to pick somebody. It's an open challenge, just like the old days. Anybody big enough, bad enough, fat enough, man, women, child, old man, walker, slow, some slow coach.
So if I show up, I say I want to fight
if you could be anybody. Wow. If you're coming through the door, tape your fist up. All right. Next Saturday, on the 13th, in the same city of Knoxville, Tennessee, we're having a Smoky Mountain movie night where we're debuting 2 of our movies. The one I did, the road comedy that we went on tour, Vinny's Fantastic Rock and Roll Adventure, and then our Halloween movie, which has not been released yet, Camp Smoky.
Oh, that's right.
That's going to be at the Chatterbox Tavern on the 13th. Look on Facebook for information. There's going to be comedians. There's going to be live music. There's going to be vendors, merchandise, pool, tournament, hot chicks, darts. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's what you should promote is the movie and the awesome T-shirt you can get with it.
That's right. And then if you guys are interested in any of the movies that we produce, bigandfunkyproductions.com. We are currently making 6 horror comedies about the Appalachian South. The 19th through 21st, and this will be my last pitch, I'm going to have a speaking engagement in Charleston, West Virginia. Every night we're going to be showing our radio movie. It's an independent radio convention in Charleston, West Virginia, and we're going to be showing WJHCAM, pardon me, every night at the event, and hopefully I'll be signing babies and kissing boobs or whatever you do. But and that's just what's going on. And you can check me out on Facebook or go to Big and Funky Productions YouTube to see what we're into. What are you doing there?
I thought I had your movie right next to me, but I guess I don't.
I guess somebody stole it. It's a hot commodity.
Yeah. People come over and they take that damn thing.
You have to go chase them down through the streets.
Right. Yep. Yep. That happens in Toledo a lot.
How bad is Toledo? Seriously.
How bad is Toledo? It's like anywhere, I guess. It depends where you go. If you're actually in Toledo, make sure you have your your proper jacket and sidearm with you. Okay. If you're in the suburbs, you'll be fine just a t-shirt and but yeah,
I love Toledo. I went up there for a ghost convention. And I stayed at the Marriott downtown.
We love our ghosts in Toledo.
Yeah, we had a good time up there. We did a convention up there, a paranormal thing, and then one of our episodes, Wrestling with Ghosts, when those start hitting YouTube after they get done with their television run, we were in Valmar Park. You ever heard of that?
What is it?
Valmar Park, which is in Bowling Green.
Oh, okay.
And
that's not Toledo.
Well, it's an amusement park that fell down, dilapidated, and it was a haunted. And now all the buildings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a really good interview. They say we have good chemistry.
Who says that? Jolt 7800.
Let me tell you something, Jolt. I missed that soda when I was a kid. You remember the Jolt soda that had extra caffeine? Oh, you're too young. You don't remember.
I want to say Jolt. That doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah,
I remember Surge.
Yeah, Surge looked like it could take the paint off a car door.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Well, I got to go beat this mother effer up, and you take care of things. And I love you. And just when you start making money with the channel, buy yourself something nice. You deserve it.
Yep. Don't hold your breath. All right, guys. Well, good luck to Vinny as he's going to go beat up somebody in an audience, probably an old lady, I imagine.
I did that last time. I may switch it up.
You might switch it up. So again, don't forget to check us out on YouTube. There's Big and Funky Productions and of course 7800 Pro Gamer. I have social media now if you guys are into that stuff to shore up the brand of 7800 Pro Gamer because it's going to be the next hot thing, I'm sure. I'm joking.
Pretty good.
No, I ain't gonna. But I thought it'd be a good idea to shore it up. So if you're on any of them Instagrams or I guess Twitter's X now or Facebook or anything, go ahead and give those a follow. I don't know what I'll do with them, but they're there if you want them. So, and other than that, I think that's it for tonight. Because Vinny has
and Atari7800forever.com if you're into old websites that nobody gives a shit about anymore.
That's a really good website, actually. If you haven't visited that website, check it out. I've written some stuff on there. There's 20 years worth of information.
20 years of articles on that website. That's the only thing that's good about it is it's just it's a museum of the Atari 7800.
You can see how excited Vinny was for Homebrew when the first one came out. You can see
Homebrew because there only was one.
There was only one at the time. Yep. Yeah. I did that on purpose. And then
okay.
And then your Karateka review or not review, your guide, I actually had to use that to beat Akuma. So there's lots of good stuff on there if you haven't.
You're on fire, baby. You're on freaking fire. You're ripping through the library.
Yeah, actually, I'm surprised. I might actually complete the library. I need to start posting those again. I have so many I have not shown.
Yeah, and you're not going to beat Bob DeCrescenzo's Pac-Man game, but
that's rough. 200 was it 256?
256. You got to clear 250. See, Bob looks like a nice guy, right? He talks like a nice guy, and he's just even in the chat he was saying to somebody, "Oh, I just would love to speak to you, but he made a game where you had to beat 250 screens of Pac-Man to see the ending.
That's tough. That's rough. I could probably do 16 or whatever the Sega one
God,
was.
that's good. 16?
I probably could after a while. I don't know.
God. I don't know it's like the Rubik's Cube thing. You just have to turn a corner.
Right. Yeah.
And then you're just in a zone because
And
you
then
just can't do it as a reactive thing.
No, definitely not. All right, guys. Well, I think you got to go. You got 5 minutes before you got beat by the old lady. No, you did that last time.
No, that's the wrestling match. This is collections.
Oh, yeah, collections. That's right. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. The next episode is on the third Friday of the month, which is
chop, chop, chop.
14
plus 6. Yes, there you go. I knew my boy knew his math.
Yep. So tune in on the 20th of October for another edition. All right, guys.